What is payment media in APP? What does payment media contain? What are different types of payment media normally used in real companies? How to create payment media in APP? What are the different ways to create payment media? What are classic payment medium programs? What is PMW? How to create payment media using PMW? What is payment advice? How do real companies send payment advices to suppliers? How to configure and activate payment advice functionality? How to send payment advice through email? How to make down payments using APP? Stay with me and know the answers to all these questions. Welcome to session number 12. Accounts Payable part number 4. In this session, we will learn creating payment media, creating payment advices, and down payments using APP. Payment media. In most of the cases, payment media is a payment file which contains information about payments. For example, company's account numbers, payee or beneficiary information, amount, date, reference, and so on. Payment media can be created in different formats. The standard formats followed in different countries and different banks. For example, MT101, MT103, Payable, XML-based Pain.001, EDI, and other bank-specific formats, and so on. There are different ways to create payment media in SAP APP. For example, classic payment medium programs, which starts with RFFO, payment medium workbench, and third-party tools. Classic payment medium programs are mostly used to create checks. Most of the companies prefer payment medium workbench to create payment media, as it has a lot of advantages over classic payment medium programs. And some companies prefer modifying classic payment medium programs according to their needs. Under payment medium workbench, we have a functionality called DMEE, Data Medium Exchange Engine. This functionality is very useful for functional consultants who do not have technical knowledge or ABAP knowledge or programming knowledge. Without the technical knowledge, they can create new formats and use to create payment media. And some companies use third-party tools. They neither use classic payment medium programs nor they use payment medium workbench. They use third-party tools to create payment media. They use the data stored in SAP tables and create the payment media and send it to the bank to make payments. Some of the examples of classic payment medium programs are RFFOUS_C. This is used to create checks. Most of the companies copy the standard program and modify according to the requirements. RFFOUS_T. This is used for bank transfer. Again, this is copied and modified in companies according to the requirements. And the third one is RFFO EDI1. This is used to generate IDOCs. And if the bank supports EDI communication, the payment file can be sent through EDI. And as I said, most of the companies create custom programs by copying the standard programs and they modify it according to their requirements. For example, ZRFF OEDI1. To create payment media using payment medium workbench, we have to perform certain steps. The major steps to be performed are create payment medium format in transaction OBP M1, then assign the format in FBZP in the automatic payment program configuration. And the next step is to create and assign payment medium selection variant in transaction OBP M4, and we have to maintain DME company number in transaction code FI12_H bank. Payment advice. Payment advices are also known as payment remittance, remittance advice, or payment notifications. Payment advice is a document sent to vendor or supplier as a proof of payment. Payment advices contain details of payment, for example, check number, EFT number, amount, reference number, and so on. Companies send payment advices to suppliers in different ways. For example, print and post, email. For email, we have to use BTE 2040, which is provided by SAP, EDI, or XML. Most of the companies send payment advices through email. Payment advice setup. Before looking at the payment advice setup, let's look at the payment medium workbench setup, and then we'll come back to payment advice setup. Let's switch to SAP. The first step is to create the payment medium format in transaction code OBPM1. Continue. These are the standard formats provided by SAP. We can also create our own formats. For example, ZSFIN, and these are the custom formats created by us. In our case, I am using a standard payment medium format, which is ACH, Domestic Payment Transactions USA. If I have to create a new payment medium format, I can click on New Entries and then define the settings. We'll learn more about creating new payment medium formats in future sessions. Now, once the format is created, we have to go to FBZP and assign the format in payment methods in country for the particular payment method. Our payment method is J. We have to select Use Payment Medium Workbench and then assign the format. In our case, we are using standard provided by SAP, which is ACH. In the next step, I have to go to transaction code OBPM4. Select my payment medium format. Click on Edit. And I have to create a selection variant for my company code and house bank. Click here. I have already created a selection variant. I just want to show you how it is done. Click on Define Further Variants, and I can give a variant name here and then click Edit Variants. Here I can give the payment medium format and other details and save it. Go back, copy and save. And the final step is to assign company number in DME in house bank. Transaction code is FI12_H bank. Company code A001. Continue. Double click on the house bank. Our house bank is city. Click on Data Medium Exchange and give the company number. I already given the company number as 123456 and save. Let's go back to our presentation and look at the configuration for payment advices. The first step is to activate the payment advice in transaction code FBZP and then assign a form for payment advice in transaction code FBZP. And if you want to send payment advices via email, then we have to activate and configure the BTE in transaction code FIBF. Once we do that, we can change the function module attached to the BTE and give our own logic in the functional module. For example, I want to send the payment advice through generic email. Normally, the payment advice is sent by the user ID who is executing the app run. But I want the system to send the payment advices using a generic email ID, for example, ap@abc.com. And the other thing which we can do is save a copy of the email which is sent to the supplier in the sent items. If you don't do this, the user has to go to SOST and display what all has been sent. It is very difficult to know in SOSD, and most of the users cannot get access to SOSD transaction code because this also has admin roles attached to it. Normally it is not given to the end users. The best thing is to save a copy in the sent item, which can be done through code change in the FM. And the next thing is maintain supplier's email address. If the email address is not found, system cannot send payment advice through email. By default, we can maintain the email address in the email option in the address general data section of the supplier master record. We can also customize it to maintain it clerk's internet address in the company good segment of the supplier master record. And the prerequisite to send the payment advices through email is SMTP configuration in transaction code SCOT or SCOT. If this is not done, emails cannot be sent from SAP. After all is done, we can go ahead and create the payment advices in APP. Let us go ahead and look at the configuration steps. Let us switch to SAP. The first step is to activate payment advice, transaction code FBZP. We activate payment advice in payment methods in company code settings. My payment method is J. Select my payment method. Click on payment advice control. By default, this setting will be none. We have to make it as many as required. And always payment advice. Then save. The next step is to assign a form for the payment advice in the configuration. To do that, we have to go to paying company code configuration. Select our company code A001. Double click on it. Click on forms. Form for payment advice. I am using a standard form. Many companies create a custom form and then assign it here. I am using F110_US_AVIS, which is a standard form. Click on save. The next step is PTE configuration in transaction code FIBF if you want to send it through email. Click on. This configuration is technical and this is normally done by the ABAP team. I am just showing it for your information. Go to settings, process modules, click on of a customer. I have already done this. I already assigned the process 00002040. So this is automatic payment transactions, output of payment advice note. And I have given the functional module name, which is sample_process_00002040. This functional module is normally copied and the ABAP team creates a custom functional module and they do the code changes as per our needs. And then assign a product. Click on save. Now we have to maintain the email address in the supplier master record. Transaction code PP. Our supplier is 640. In the address tab, you can define your email address here, or you can go to the company code segment. Click on correspondence. You can maintain the supplier email address in clerk's internet address if you use this field. Now let's post an invoice and do the APP run. FP60, vendor 640s, date 8 August, reference TST13, amount 8,000, GL account 400-300, which is miscellaneous expenses, amount 8,000, hit enter, click on continue, click on payment tab, enter our payment method, which is J, and post. Document 96037 was posted. Now let's create APP run. F110, keyword the date and identification J1. Click on parameters tab, give company code A001, payment method J, next payment run date 98, vendor code 640s. Click on free selections tab, select our document number, it's 37. Click on additional log, due date check, payment method selection in all cases, line items of the payment document. Click on printout data tab, give the variant for payment advice, which I have created already, payment advice, and save. Let me show the variant details. Click on maintain variants. These are the details I have maintained in the variant PMT ADV. I have given the company code, payment methods. I have given two payment methods, F and J. I am using J now. And I have given a printer. LP01 is a default printer. We can give the printer which is attached to a computer, the network printer in the company. Go back, save. Now let's create a proposal. Start immediately, continue. Proposal is created. Let's click on display proposal log. No errors. Go back, display proposal. We have one item and it's in green, no errors. Let's go back and do the payment run. Start immediately. Okay. Schedule. Refresh. Click on display payment run log. And our payment is done. A new document is being created. 196038. Let's go back. And in the next step, go to schedule print. Click on printout button. Click on start immediately and give the job name. Replace the question mark with a value. In my case, I'm doing it. I'm giving 1. Schedule. Refresh. Click on payment log. Double click on the print job. Creation of payment media using PMW. This is the identification. We are using ACH. House bank is city. This is the reference number. And this is our payment medium file. And at the bottom you can see advised note for payment so and so will be printed. Dispatch via email not possible. This is because in this test system we don't have SMTP setup. So if SMTP setup is not there, system cannot send the payment advice via email. That is why it is saying it will be printed. Now let's look at the payment medium file and also the payment advice. Let's go back. Click on more. environment, payment medium, DME administration. This is the file. Double click on it and then click on display. This is the payment medium file. This is the amount 8,000 and this is the vendor name, test vendor 1, and there are other details. So this can be configured as per our requirements and as per the bank requirements. We can also download this file. Click on download. Select the file, select the path. For example, desktop, tst1, save, download. Download is complete. This is the file. Let me open it in Notepad. Okay, this is the file. Close it. Let's go back. Now let's look at the payment advice. To look at the payment advice, we have to go to transaction code /n sp01, execute. This is our payment advice. Click on SAP script OTF. This is the standard format of the payment advice. Our document number was 196038. Date was 8/8/2020. This is a standard text. This is the company name. Normally companies add their logo, their company name, address. This is the supplier name and address. This is the document. This is the invoice document. This is vendor invoice number, date, and then the amount that we have paid. This is total. So this was all about data medium file creation and payment advice creation. Let's go back to our presentation. The next topic is down payments using APP. To make down payments using APP, we have to first assign the special GL indicators in customizing in FBZP, and then we can create a down payment request, and using the down payment request we can create a down payment using APP run. Let's look at the configuration and do a demo on this section. Let's switch to SAP. We go to FBZP, click on all company codes, click on position A001, click on A001. Under vendors, special GL transactions to be paid, you can assign your special GL indicator. F is for down payment request, J is for down payments. Now let me create a down payment request, -47. Document date. Down payment using APP. Enter account 6 zeros. Target special GL indicator is J. Enter. Amount 8500. Due on. Today's date. Text. Down payment through APP. And save. 17705 was posted. Let's do the APP run. F110. Click on parameter 001, payment method J, X posting date 9, vendor 640s, selection, document number is 17 5, additional log, save. Let us create a proposal. Start immediately, schedule, refresh, proposal log, no errors, display proposal. Okay, double click on it. 1705. Okay, let's go back. Click on payment run. Start immediately. Schedule. Status refresh. Click on payment log. Document 196039 created. Payment document has been generated. Let's go back. Let me copy the document number. FP03. Enter. We have processed the down payment request. Now the system has posted down payment using the special yield indicator J. Let's look at the window. Line items, transaction code FPL1N. Click on special yield transactions, execute. You can see that the 8500. You can see that 196039 is created using APP ZP. So this was all about in this session. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload the new videos. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.